market, Delano, or are there specific pockets and stocks of the market that you think will outperform even if the whole market does well?
Definitely right. I think there's a couple of ways to look at it, and we're definitely buying some of that growth in mega cap again. Obviously, we saw Google and Microsoft earlier last week, and their earnings were strong on advertising and cloud. And then, as you mentioned, we saw Apple and Amazon, which the market didn't really respond to positively as far as their earnings, and they had some different headwinds there. And I think there's a little bit of opportunities in those stocks specifically as well, as they've kind of come under pressure when you look at Apple and Amazon. I think e-commerce, I do still believe e-commerce makes kind of a comeback as we look toward the holiday season, and you look at Amazon's cloud business still growing really, really strong. So I'm definitely buying more of that growth and mega cap tech still, and also a little bit of the broad market, but stronger, overweight more on that growth and mega cap, Brian.
Yeah, from mega to meta, we've got the graphic up next to you, Delano, and it says Meta Platforms, and I had to do a double take and remind myself that's Facebook. It's going to take a little getting used to, right? Like when Google, I'm still going to call Google Google. I'm never going to call them Alphabet. Meta Platforms is Facebook. It's just kind of weird. There you look at that. You say it's like survey says, and the thing just literally flipped like a Family Feud. Anything you don't like right now, Delano, in a place you're avoiding putting money?
There's a couple areas I think that investors want to, kind of just make sure that they're staying in their allocation there. As far as you mentioned Facebook, I do still like Facebook, and that's an area where we're still holding. We haven't been buying as of late. As you know, they're rebranding and kind of shaking up their story a little bit as they move into the metaverse. I think investors, we are still in a position where November near term sets up nicely, but you don't want to kind of go overweight in areas that may be overvalued in the market. And so I'm kind of sticking to a strategy of kind of diversifying. You had a cryptocurrency graphic up earlier, which I think there's still some room there at the end of the quarter for a lot of the cryptocurrency coins and tokens to kind of take off. I think so areas that you want to stay away from is the kind of the companies that are going to have problems in inflationary pressures. You mentioned at the top of the show, we are seeing rising costs. And if your company and the business model is really going to be under pressure due to these rising costs, we saw Starbucks earnings where they had a little bit of a struggle. They're going to be raising wages, and they also had their top line kind of being compressed as well, and lowering as well. Those are businesses that are going to struggle in these times as costs going to continue to put pressure on a lot of businesses. I'm going to stay away from those businesses for the near term, Brian.